several years ago, a parish found itself deeply divided over an issue. And the issue began to trouble them and just eat away at the Christian unity which they had built for more than 100 years. They decided to have a parish meeting to finally decide the matter and see if they could come to some kind of consensus about how they would move forward, because they could not resolve this question. And so finally one person got up and tried to present the argument from their rational side. They said, "Let me say before you right now that not only has sacred scripture spoken on this topic, but our own Book of Common Prayer has done this as well. And that is why I am casting my vote today that Alleluia is spelled with an A." And to those of you who believe it is spelled with an H, may God have mercy on your souls. I speak in jest, but of course we know that the church is a deeply divided and disunified body. From the beginning, Jesus prayed that his disciples and that the body that would come after him would be unified. And almost right from the beginning, humanity has found ways to be divided. Now, sometimes it's been along theological issues. Other times it's been along issues of authority, pope or no pope. I vote no pope, by the way. For sometimes it's been just pure greed and corruption. But we have found ways to constantly divide ourselves. We are unified here. But think for a moment that on Sunday is the most fragmented day for Christians, because we all celebrate in such different places. We all celebrate in different denominations and groups. And this disunity and this lack of accord breeds contempt. And my goodness, is it so easy and fun, in a very sad and sick way, to continue that disunity. As Christians, one of the things we love to do is we love to label one another. We love to place convenient labels upon one another. Well, that person's an Episcopalian, and now we will now read all the jokes about Episcopalians. That person's a Methodist. Let's read all the jokes about Methodists. That person's a Roman Catholic. Now let's get the large book out about jokes we have. And then even within the church, people who take views that are theologically opposed to one another also get labeled. Well, that person's high church. That person's Snake Belly Low church. That person is broad church. Ask somebody to explain what that means, and you'll get a different answer every time. But the more we label one another, the easier it becomes to dehumanize one another, to assume all types of evil things about one another, to gossip about one another, to anonymously comment in places online about one another. And the discord and disunity continue. Of course, I don't have to make a very difficult segue to say that it is not just the church that finds itself at a crossroads of disunity. We are living in a time now that is so much more heat than light that our disunity is there for everyone to see. And once again, it's so easy to use labels. It's so easy to put people in a specific box, tied up nicely, and then wish we could cast it into the river. The reason we have to do this is because human beings, as depraved as we are, we recognize the image of God in one another whenever we see it. And so the reason we have to dehumanize one another is the more we do that, the harder it is to see Christ in that other person. Because what if for a moment I looked at that person who I vehemently disagree with and I saw Christ? Could I really hate them? Probably not. So what's the solution? What is going to bring the church and all of us together? Well, in today's gospel, Jesus says two words which I think are very, very loaded. He walks up to the two fishermen and he says, "Follow me." Now, when Jesus says, "Follow me," he's meaning in that moment, right now, let's go. Now, these two men, these first apostles, they have no idea where they're going. All they know is that they have to drop everything and leave. And I'm sure there were a couple of blank stares and a little bit of anger from their father who said, "Excuse me, we still have a full day's work to do." But he says, "Follow me." One direction. One pure way. For us, follow me from Jesus means that we are to love as he did. That if we're going to declare ourselves to be disciples of Jesus Christ, that we're going to have to pick up our cross and walk in the same path as he did. And that means that we're going to have to give up a few things along the way. Namely, the way that we do things. Because Jesus had two very signature ways of loving. The first is he loved without labels. Now, let me be honest. Jesus called people a few names in his day. And John the Baptist did too. But when Jesus called somebody something, it was to point out from his divine authority, this is where you are, and this is where your relationship with God is, and the two are just not matching up. So when he talks to the Pharisee, when he talks to the scribe, when he talks to the woman at the well, when he talks to everyone who is coming to him, a sinner in need of redemption, he points them out so they can see what the next step is to following him. So Jesus loved without labels. The second thing is he loved without any limit. One of the things we'll hear in the Gospels is a lot of people get upset with Jesus about who he decides to have dinner with. They even mutter under their breath, "I can't believe he's going to be eating dinner with those people." And when Mary Magdalene or another Mary comes and places that ointment upon his feet and on his head, they say, "I can't believe he's allowing that woman to touch him." Jesus doesn't respect the limits that you and I would impose on the world. That says, this person's worthy of love, but that person isn't worthy of love. He ignores those limits, and he loves us. So that is what following Jesus is going to mean. Now, the wonderful thing about our parish is we are already doing these things. We are not turning people away from our door, no matter what they look like, or sound like, or what they're dressed like, or how old or young they are. We're already following Christ. But now, we have to be that example even more to a world who is asking this question: what do we do now. To bring this point home, I want to share with you a reflection that I did for a group of kindergartners who always taught me more than I taught them when I was a school chaplain. Those kids have way too much insight for 6 years old. And I said, guys, I want you for a moment to think of the person who just really upsets you on the playground. And somebody started to raise their hand. I said, no, don't say it out loud. No, just in your mind. I said, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to picture the person who just makes your blood boil. Just picture that person who you would give everything if they would just leave the school. And somebody said, got it. And I said, now I want you to take your hand, I want you to ball it up into a fist, I want you to put it here, I want you to get ready to strike. And they all did. It says, now, you had that person's face? And he said, yes. I said, now, put the face of Jesus of Nazareth right on top. Could you still do it? And they said, no, Father, I want to hit Jesus. And that's what I'm asking all of us to do, myself included. That when we find ourselves frustrated, when we find ourselves reading something or listening to something or hearing something that really just gets underneath, forget skin, it gets into our bones. Place the face of Jesus Christ right on top. And let's see what happens. Because I don't think any of us here could knowingly hate the image of God.